What makes the War Powers Resolution ineffective? Imagine a situation where the United States President decides to send troops into a foreign conflict without prior approval from Congress. The War Powers Resolution of 1973 was designed to prevent this by limiting the president's ability to engage in hostilities without legislative oversight. However, despite its intentions, the resolution has struggled to achieve its goals effectively. One key reason for its ineffectiveness is the lack of enforcement mechanisms. The resolution requires the president to notify Congress within 48 hours of committing armed forces and limits military engagement to 60 days unless Congress authorizes an extension or declares war. Yet, there are no penalties or legal consequences if the president fails to comply. This absence of enforcement means presidents can bypass the resolution without facing significant repercussions. Another factor is the political nature of the relationship between the executive and legislative branches. Presidents often view the resolution as an infringement on their constitutional authority to conduct foreign policy and command the military. As a result, many presidents have ignored or minimally adhered to its provisions, arguing that the resolution is unconstitutional or that it hampers swift military action when necessary. Furthermore, the resolution's requirement for the president to consult with Congress before and during hostilities is often overlooked or interpreted narrowly. Presidents may claim that their actions fall outside the scope of the resolution or that they are acting in self-defense, thus avoiding the need for congressional approval altogether. Additionally, the resolution's passage was largely seen as a political compromise rather than a binding legal constraint. Over the years, Congress has lacked the political will to enforce its provisions actively. Without a mechanism to compel compliance or a willingness to challenge presidential actions legally, the resolution remains more of a symbolic gesture than an effective check on executive power. In essence, the War Powers Resolution's ineffectiveness stems from its lack of enforceability, the constitutional tensions it raises, and the political realities of executive-legislative relations. While it was created to curb unilateral military actions, these structural and political limitations have prevented it from serving as a robust safeguard against executive overreach in military affairs.